Hello, it's Jake here, and I am swinging in with a review of Miles Morales, or, to use its full name, Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales. It's the follow-up game to that amazing 2018 game Marvel's Spider-Man, which was one of the best surprises I've had in an incredibly long time. So to say that I had high expectations when I was heading into playing Miles Morales would have been putting it lightly. So the game takes place about a year after the events of the first one, and our friendly neighbourhood original Spidey, Peter Parker, is training Miles Morales to be a superhero. Training he must be pretty confident in, because he's swiftly telling Miles that he's on a Christmas jolly and that Miles will be left alone to protect the city while he's gone. Miles lives with his politically active mum and with his best friend, who are both just packed with character. The game makes good use of one of the stronger elements of 2018 Spider-Man, asking you to slow down and live the life of Miles Morales, the ordinary person, with the ordinary people that make up his life. The city looks to be almost exactly the same map as they used in the 2018 game, but in this case, it's Christmas. I've never been to New York around Christmas time, but I can tell you that this game made me put that on my bucket list. The snow, the lights and the decorations, combined with the game's already stunning graphics, that goes without saying, made me want to swing around the city for hours just soaking it in. The detail on Miles Morales' civilian clothes is so extreme that you can pick out the brand of his shoes and the individual hairs of the fur on his hood, and that's to say nothing of the Spidey suits. And my favourite was always going to be the Into the Spider-Verse suit. I loved that movie. That Oscar-winning and Oscar-deserving movie. And again, that was a fantastic surprise. I did not expect that to be as fantastic as it was. And there's little nods to it scattered all the way through this game. Miles has a lot more than his shoes going for him too. He comes with a set of new abilities that Peter Parker lacks, which mixes up the combat and gives you a new selection of techniques to use that weren't available last game. However, the novelty that these new abilities like invisibility and lightning punches offer does wear off, leaving the combat to feel very familiar if you were a fan of the last game. It's the same kind of rock, paper, scissors, how do I get around this shield, how do I dodge this weapon, what can this enemy block? But when it's good, you do feel like an absolute champion racking up massive combos. But when it's frustrating, it's not bad, but I guess it makes it more satisfying to pull off. Familiarity is a pretty common theme in this game, because although there are enough changes to add some freshness to the game, and it certainly has a new perspective, it's definitely a similar gameplay loop to the original Spider-Man. What Miles Morales offers more of, in comparison to the 2018 Spider-Man, is this sense of community. Miles' home in Harlem is surrounded with colourful and lovable characters that he's clearly close with and who are clearly close with each other, and being able to help them out with little tasks like rescuing a cat makes you feel much more friendly neighbourhood Spider-Man than you did as Peter Parker when you were just fighting supervillains and stopping car chases. This game is smaller overall, but we always knew that was going to be the case. Miles Morales is to Marvel's Spider-Man what The Lost Legacy was to Uncharted. As a result, Miles Morales has less suits, collectibles, story, less supervillains, but I would argue that this smaller scope has given the plot much better clarity and direction, which does improve the story experience. At one point playing Marvel's Spider-Man 2018, I stopped doing side missions so that I could just focus on the main missions, because I was kind of losing focus a little bit. Maybe that was just me, but that didn't happen to me in Miles Morales. I am going to unashamedly give this game 5 out of 5 stars. I was a huge fan of the 2018 Spider-Man, and Miles Morales improves on it in every way except size. The story's focus on community, caring, and small character moments was a breath of fresh air in a pretty isolating year, and I hope that everyone has the chance to experience it for themselves. So, tell me, what suit are you playing the game in? Let me know in the comments below, and for all the latest movies and games, visit us in-store or at webuy.com. See you next time! CeX.